It's me, Bree Reads!
Hi friends, it's me, Bree. Today, let's draw the solar system together, like this. If you'd prefer a coloring page version, there's a link below for a printable solar system from my website. For this project, you'll need a piece of dark paper. Black works best. You'll also need some white paper. We're drawing the planets on this paper. You'll need a pen, marker, or pencil, whatever you like to draw with. And colors! I'm using my favorite beeswax crayons, also linked in the description box if you'd like your own. Whatever you're using, make sure you have the color white. That's what'll show up on your black background. You'll also need scissors, glue, and an optional white paint. You can splatter paint your background to make it look like the stars in outer space. If you need to, pause the video now to gather your supplies. We're starting with the space background, your black paper, and your white crayon or pencil. Let's start in the corner. We're going to make 9 curved lines, starting here and working our way out. In this corner, draw a curve, almost like a rainbow shape. Pretend like you're going to draw a whole circle, but we're really just drawing part of it. This will be the sun, just the edge of the sun. And now, draw your second curved line. Follow the curve of the first. The distance between your lines should be about half of a finger length. Now make your third line. This is number 3 out of 9. Keep going. Number 4, 5, 6, and just go right off the edge. 7, 8, 9. 9 curved lines. Now that your lines are finished, let's splatter paint. I'm using just a folded up piece of paper. You can use a plate or whatever you have. I'm using just the smallest bit of white paint. It's washable tempera paint. I'm laying down an extra layer of cardboard because this might get messy. With my white paint, I'll dip my brush. You can use whatever brush you have. Dip, dip, dip. To get a splatter paint effect, hold your brush like this and then rub the bristles. And flick the paint. Flick, flick. It's going to look like millions of little stars in outer space, far, far away. Flick, flick, flick. For larger drops, get a lot of paint and shake the brush. Shake, shake, shake on top of the paper. You'll see it creates a kind of galaxy effect. You might try mixing other colors too. Now wash your hands, and it's time to draw. First, I'm drawing the sun. I'm trying to measure the corner of my paper. I'm marking where I made my first curved line on my background. I'm going to try to follow that shape as much as I can, just for the sun. Curve. Now I'm going to make some sun rays. They look a little bit like small flames with pointy tops. For the rest of the planets, it doesn't matter where you put them as long as they all fit. You'll cut them out after. Let's start with the closest planet to the sun, Mercury. Draw a smallish circle, and on Mercury, I'm going to put ovals. These are craters. Next is Venus, a bit larger circle. And on Venus, we're going to make wavy lines. Venus has a lot of gas clouds. We're going to make waves across, on one side, long and short. Next is Earth, about the same size as Venus, a little bigger. And let's draw some land masses. Draw some shapes of continents. They're kind of just like blobs. Now let's draw Mars. Mars will be smaller than Earth. A circle with larger craters. I'm making bumpy circle lines inside. Now the biggest planet in the solar system, Jupiter, a big circle. I'll draw some lines on the top, the big spot, and some more lines. Next is Saturn. Start by drawing a long, open oval. From the edge here, come around and close it up. In this empty space, we're going to draw a sphere or a circle. Around. On Saturn, I'm going to draw some lines. And one line that goes through the ring. Next is Uranus. Start with a circle and draw some simple lines. Lastly is Neptune. Another circle, this time some lines, and a spot. Nice drawing. Now you're ready to color. I'll start with yellow and color the inside of the sun. If I'm coloring too fast, please pause the video and take as much time as you need. Now I'll use a yellow-orange color for the sun rays. Next is Mercury. I'll start with a magenta color, kind of pink and kind of red. On top, I'll put some red. And on top of that, I'll put some gray. I like mixing colors to get something totally unique for each planet. Next is Venus. I'm taking this mustard color. It's a dark yellow golden color. And I'm coloring all of the gas clouds that I drew, all the wavy lines. Then I'll go on top with yellow. Next is Earth. All the land I'll make green. And the water? Ocean blue, naturally. Next is Mars. The red planet gets a red crayon. I'll color the craters a bit darker. And I'll even add some brown to the craters too. Next is Jupiter. Orange-red for the big spot. And I'll go over some of my lines with the same color. Next, I'll add some yellow-orange. And yellow. Jupiter's kind of a mix of lots of warm colors, red, orange, and yellow. Last, I'll add some of that mustard golden yellow color. Now, Saturn. I'll start with yellow for the circle part of the planet. Then gray for the lines and for the rings. I'll add just a little bit of black, too. Now, Uranus. I'm going to use a teal color. It's a little bit blue and a little bit green. Mostly teal, with a tiny bit of sky blue added. Now I'll go over the lines with teal. I push down harder to make a darker line. Last up is Neptune. This time I'm starting with sky blue. Then I'll use regular blue to color the spot and go over the lines. Great coloring! Now you're ready to cut them out. If you don't have scissors made for kids, be sure to ask a grown-up for help. The sun can be a bit tricky, but most of the others are just circles. I like to cut each planet out first and then go around and around and around to cut the circles out. For Saturn, it's not a perfect circle. You can either cut out those pieces or, a special trick, just color them black. It'll blend into your background. Finish cutting out the rest. And now it's time to glue. You've got your background, make sure it's dry, and start gluing with your sun. This is the one that gets tucked in the corner. Now here's where those lines come in handy. Take your first planet, Mercury, and put it somewhere on this first line. These lines represent the planet's orbit around the sun. Repeat for the rest of the planets. Venus is second. There's the second line. Find a spot and glue. Next is Earth. Mars. Jupiter. In the real outer space, these planets are a lot farther away. It's okay if they cross paths on our paper. Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Ta-da! All finished!
Thank you for drawing with me today. Which planet is your favorite? I want to see your solar system. You can find me on Instagram and use the hashtag #BreeDraws to show me. And please subscribe to my channel for more books and more fun. See you next time. Bye-bye.